Welcome to episode 15 of Let's Play Civilization 3 Play the World. Alright. We once again return to our beautiful empire, where we actually have enough money now that we can increase our scientific funding from 20 to 30. Hopefully that's another step towards not being as technologically backwards as we have been all this time. Now, we're having an advantage that so many of our cities are so well developed that we are now able to build more troops. And we want our armies to be bigger. There's a good reason for that. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. Yep, that's to come soon. There's that Arab boat can travel 4 squares because of their little wonder they have. Their little great wonder, I should say. Now, I trade territory match with the Koreans. Really doesn't do much, but another war elephant. Culture's expanding. I'm debating where to put these elephants. I want to be able to adequately defend all corners of my empire, because an attack might come from all sides. Alright. Now, Arabs want to trade maps again. They want 9 gold, but I'll probably learn a little bit. Well, maybe just a little bit, but it's worth it. Eventually we will know the entire map, though. Alright, we have now learned gunpowder. Gunpowder is a very important discovery because we can now build musketmen, which is the next generation of defensive unit after pikemen. It has a defensive stat of 4. The age of the pikeman is pretty short-lived, so pretty soon we're going to have to see what we can do about that. For right now, though, we want to make sure our cities are well defended, especially the ones near the border. And finally, this little ship has come home to port after being injured in a barbarian attack like 1,000 years ago or something. Now, one thing, if you haven't noticed, we haven't seen barbarians in a long time, and we're not going to. Barbarians are a hazard from the early game. It's funny how so long we went without having any expansion to the palace, but now it's asking every turn. So we'll make it taller and continue. But yeah, we won't have to worry about barbarians anymore because they're basically extinct. Our civilization now covers all corners of the world. Well, not our civilization, but some civilization. So, the real threat now is no longer barbarians, but actual armies of neighbors. And I'm really worried about those Celtic people up there. They seem pretty tough. The Germans are the toughest of all, but they're a little bit far away. But other than that, the other countries I think are a little weaker than us, which is a good thing. Now, what do you do when you have all these armies that are itching for a fight, but there's no one to fight? You know what you do? You start a war. Now, who am I going to start a war with? Well, it should be kind of obvious, considering the troops on which border I've been paying most attention to over the last couple minutes. But the war is about to begin, and you can obviously see who. In the dark greens is our friends, the Japanese, blissfully unaware that anything is happening, while we secretly get our troops ready for an invasion. I would be remiss in my duties as a Civilization 3 LPer if I did not start some wars. I mean, you're probably sitting there thinking we've seen 15 videos already, and I've only ever seen you fight barbarians, and even then not too often. Well, to those of you who have been thinking that, the wait is just about over. We are going to fight our first war. I have no idea how it's going to go. I don't know if we're going to win, if we're going to be repulsed, if we're going to have alliances formed against us. We'll see. Right now I discovered astronomy, which gives me a new kind of ship called the Caravel, which has a higher defensive warning and can carry 3 units rather than just 2, which is going to be very helpful. It also lets us explore sea tiles. Doesn't actually let us explore ocean tiles yet, but it's another step in that direction. I'm setting my troops up for a 2-pronged attack. We're going to attack that city on the southwest, and that city, I think it's Osaka. Right there. They're in the crosshairs. Don't think India's ever picked a fight with Japan in the real world, but here we go. And the J.S. Bach Cathedral is a great wonder for making people happy. That's its main thing, and it is also high culture. But we're not worried about such things, we're just worried about invasion. And here we go. We're going to seek an audience with our Japanese friends here in a moment. And they're going to be like, "Why, hello, neighbors. What can we do for you?" The mood towards us right now is neutral. Expect that to change. Shall we destroy them? Yes, they are scum. Well, now war has been declared, and what a cliffhanger for the next episode. So, that's it for this video. I will see you in episode 16, in which we will invade the Japanese.